Hey Talk Life, why does your voice sound so much more different?
Okay, well, firstly, I'm using the new mic for the ZA podcast, and apparently this is what I sound like. Just a friendly reminder that I am indeed very white. Very puss white. We're gonna be reviewing South African Counter-Strike team shirts. One of the great travesties of our scene is how shit we look. I mean, look at soccer players. We see their kits and that shit looks good. But then you take a look at an Omni Gaming shirts and would you wear that? Not a puss. But you know why soccer kits look so good? A few simple criteria. The fit. The clothes fit the players. Half the esports teams in SA get their shirts done by cheap ass companies and the shirts either come in rat size or in silverback gorilla size. Design. Along with bringing a variety of designs, and I mean a lot of kits being done by Nike and Adidas or whatever, it's pretty hard for them to design a shirt that actually looks bad. The color. Considering that a team will have like 5 kits, you've got the player, the goalie, the alternates, the limited editions. You get some variety, and color schemes that can be played safe or outrageous ones that can still look quite bloody good. And lastly, the bottoms. Any team that goes out and represents tends to forget that there's also a bottom half of the body to look after. Matching set of pants, trousers, pantaloons just don't seem to exist. You watch SA guys or just esports players in general, they'll literally wear a team shirt, the pants of a safari suit, and then Crocs. People seem to forget that the bottom half is still kits. So let's take a look at the SA teams, working our way from the bottom to the top. The trash tier. XD Gaming. Let's start with the collar. I don't know what it is, you don't know what it is. It identifies in the shape of a V with tapered edges and then just goes boom into a rectangle. What the fuck? You've also then got the logo which is directly in the center. Not in the middle aligned to the top, no, dead center. What it does right, the purple bottom isn't bad and the sponsor logos on either side of the arm, but holy shit. Goliath Gaming. Again, a similar problem to the XD shirts, where the collar is just so fucking confused. The collar looks like it works fine on any player with broader shoulders. You look at Lighters and Adam here, it seems okay. But then the flaws are revealed when you look at the smaller frame of Zip and Adaro. The collar just sinks like the fucking Titanic. Then there's the color scheme. The shirts would have been way better if it was just the black and the red, but for some reason the designer decided to add a dash of whites to the palette, which completely ruins it for me. What the white does particularly wrong is that it terminates the shirt. You see here, it actually creates a border. You don't want something ending in whites fundamentally because then you're unintentionally making an outline, especially when your background is black. Then it goes down a level in maturity. Then there's the fact that every white line is varying in thickness for some reason, maybe in accordance with their crosshair? One thing I do like about Goliath though are these pants, like holy shit, these are cock nice. White Rabbit Gaming. Bruh, the design of this WRG shirt. Jesus Christ, it's like they just watched a YouTube tutorial on how to do gradients in Photoshop. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gradients, all of which are conflicting with each other. The whole point of a gradient is to take 2 colors and create fluidity between them. You literally go against the grain and put the gradients against each other. A bold style move which Pell does not pay off. Now see, this white arrow over here is perfectly fine. You've got a sponsor and a logo here in opposing picks, and then that arrow to separate into a gradient. But then you literally put another gradient line in a gradient, creating this fucked up abomination. And then you terminate on a thick white border. You went for an atypical collar which doesn't work, but isn't the worst I've seen, and there's just too many design elements going on here. Nice from far, but far from nice. Oh, and here's the WG female team with it. The not quite trash tier. Good gaming. Let's talk here about unneeded complexity. The collar, in spite of being atypical, isn't the worst. Maybe slightly broad, but it's not terrible. Here the white isn't actually bad, it's a part of their logo and branding. But there is a problem with the white here. You take away these streaks going into the G and you get a way cleaner design. No man, James, you must get your jeans hemmed. They actually went for a design risk by keeping the right sleeve black, given the orange of the logo right next to it. They could have just done an orange sleeve, but I think the black is the right move here for contrast. You can actually see over here JS using a crutch. Online Kingdom. Originally, when I scored the OK t-shirts, I put them in trash tier. You can see what's already done better. Having the logo center aligned upwards versus the XD guys which have it centered into the middle. They also do a shadow effect of the logo which I think looks fucking great and gives character. There are two negatives. One, a shitty ass collar, and the second one, the sleeves being black, whilst the inside being blue gives it almost a dive suit like appearance. If you kept the sleeves blue and instead inserted a good old WRG gradient which faded into black on the sleeves and fixed the collar, you'd have a contender for a top shirt in my opinion. Omni Gaming. It's strange that I'm rating this t-shirt so low given that from the social media I've seen they've put the most effort into their apparel. But anyway, let's break down why. Here on the sleeves, I understand the stylistic approach to the border, but with your sleeves being so long due to the poor fits, it doesn't work, especially because the borderline is so thick. Secondly, they did the same thing Yeezy did with the tail lines. It's like a gamer edgelord kind of thing where you have to be so edgy that you introduce these streaks into your design. In my opinion, the cleaner look would have been way better. The biggest problem for me, however, which stopped this shirt from being properly mid-tier or a decent shirt at least, was how the collar of the shirt matches into the color of the streak. It just integrates in and feels sloppy to me. I'm not sure how it could have been better done, but I'm not a fan. Also, get rid of that CSGO logo on the shirt, yes sis. The decent tier, BZK. Sinister Five. In all honesty, I'm not the biggest fan of this design. For me, the tribal style went out of fashion in 2006 when too many people were getting them as tattoos and using them as vinyls on their cars in Need for Speed Underground 2. It also does this thing where it starts off narrow and enlarges at the top, which doesn't resonate with me. But you can't flaw what they do right. First, let's start with the color scheme. Everything is a permutation of green, so it all blends well. Secondly, the shirt is white on the top and a light mint on the bottom, with a smooth gradients the whole way through. Thirdly, the positioning of the logo is good, with alternate logos in either sleeve. But the ultimate is that they do a simple crew neck collar which works. They've also got this isometric triangle design moving up along the shirt which adds some character. In my opinion, a good shirt. Now personally for me, the next two are the best two shirts. Energy Esports. What I like about the Energy Esports shirt is how I have a picture of the 2018 shirt and the 2019 shirt. You can see how they fixed their fuck ups. Look in the 2018 shirt how you have this big ass deep V with a thin ass orange line. What the puss. Then you move to the 2019 shirts and all of a sudden it's way better. With a shallower and smoother V, almost a crew neck being introduced into a V-neck kind of style. You've then got the logo positioning really well, and these hexagons in the back, all of which mimic the logo's shape and continues the beehive design. I think this is the standard that all team shirts should at the very least be at. Big Five. Now this Big Five shirt giveaway picture is the one that shows it most clearly. What do I like about the shirt? The asymmetry. They have a pinstripe pattern here that fades away onto the right side of the shirt, giving it some character. The sleeve borders work because it's actually appropriately thick and you've got the alternate gold or mustard colored stripes to superimpose it. Just look at this Tianki right here. Now the other thing I like about Big Five, if you look at this photo, is that they're all wearing the same pants. There's some uniformity. Now the energy shirt is way busier and more complex than this shirt, but both look equally good in my opinion. And that's all I have for you folks. Tune in next week for team review. Oh wait, no, team review is cancelled.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I got a few DMs, people were crying, apparently I hurt a few feelings, and people got really personal. So yeah, it's officially cancelled.
Got him!